breaking news. I'm looking here. Ariel Meyer on Twitter has tweeted me and said the day has come that Nick Scarpino can finally laugh at Tim Gettys for drinking LaCroix, and he's linked me to an article that says that's right, why LaCroix isn't so healthy for you after all. And I haven't read this yet, so I'm sure it's probably useless. But I'm going to take this headline and cram it down Tim and all y'all's fucking throats. And here's why. I'm tired of the LaCroix out there. I'm tired of having to make furniture out of LaCroix just to have a place to fucking sit. It's done. It's bad for you. I'm calling it right now. LaCroix causes cancer.
It's a decent sanding desk.
You're a decent sanding desk, is what you are.
Got you, Andy. You are.
Shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Kinda Funny Morning Show. My name is Nick Scarpino. The person whose voice you just heard was Andy Cortez, and we are joined by special guests today. Very happy to have Tyler Coe from Rooster Teeth here. He is the host du jour of Sports Ball, and he puts up with Mia Khalifa every week, and that is, well, that's something.
It's a job in itself. Thank you for the intro.
How many times has Mia called you a pussy?
Oh, so many times. There's so many things she's called me that we cannot air, which I truly appreciate because it's a term of endearment.
Yeah,
when your friends don't call you that, you're not really a friend.
Your friend has to give you that critical feedback, and Mia met us for 5 seconds and was like, you guys are wusses. You guys are just namby-pamby lady boys.
Sounds like her.
I think she took a photo at our airport with like the spa
yoga
that we
studio.
have.
No, it was a place you could do yoga.
Question, okay.
Yeah, nobody does yoga.
I don't want to repeat this big because I didn't see the episode, but that was my thought getting into the airport too, is like, wait, there's an actual place to do yoga at the airport.
I've never seen this place. Nobody does yoga there. It's not a thing. But we do love yoga here in Northern California.
Which I understand, yeah, absolutely.
It's good for you.
Yeah, it is good for you. I'm on board with you with the LaCroix thing. I've never drank flavored water.
You know what, we're going to put this is going to be
I haven't read it.
everything. This is going to be everything. Jesus.
Sorry.
Joseph and Mary Christ.
Sorry, I just got a little tickle,
Andy,
man.
what is your
Got a little tickle.
what is your major malfunction?
I feel terrible right now, Nick. I have something to confess. If I can be honest with you right now. And the
You're
chat.
a huge drug abuser?
I'm very hungover right now. Very hungover. I didn't drink anything, though. I ordered a pizza really late last night.
You can't be hungover from pizza. I don't think that's scientifically possible.
No,
Kevin, can we get a read on that?
Can't be done.
This is the most hungover I've
tried.
felt in ages, guys. I had a Coke Zero with a small pizza from Pasquale's. I've been trying to be better about my health, Tyler.
Yeah.
I want to look like Tyler one day.
You're,
I'm getting there.
a few years away from that.
Getting there.
Maybe more, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but I've been trying to do the salads a little bit more, right? So I've been eating salads for lunch, replacing the crap meal that I would have had with something green and a little bit healthy. But last night the sirens came calling, and the mistresses came calling, and I cheated on the salads with a small pizza from Pasquale's. Pasquale's, I don't know how to pronounce it.
I actually think it's Pasquale's, but Greg says Pasquale's.
Sure.
Tomato,
tomato, Either way, it tastes
one's right, one's clearly wrong.
It tastes the same either way going down. And I feel horrible right now. Like, I've been burping all night. I woke up, I've taken Tums several times throughout the night. I thought it was Tums one time, it was Skittles.
Yeah.
But I got Tums the second time. Yeah, I ate them anyway.
It's the same with Tums, you just chew whatever.
Yeah, exactly. But I feel terrible right now. Like, you've never had a food hangover?
No.
Really?
No, I mean, because, I eat like a man. But,
What? What does that mean?
He got you, dude.
What does that mean? Like, do you do push-ups while you're eating? Or
yeah, I just go, if I'm eating birthday cake, I'm planking while I'm doing it.
Oh, sure.
That's how I roll.
Shit, that's crazy.
So does
No,
Tyler.
of course I know.
So does
Of
Tyler.
course. I've eaten myself to the point where my mom had an ottoman when I was growing up, one of those little rollable, like, footstool ottomans that you put next to the couch. I used to eat so much, I used to have to go, like, lay on it so that my stomach, like, the contents of my stomach would spread out a little bit. Otherwise, they would, like, weigh down.
You're massaging it into
Like,
your...
I don't know why it felt good, but I would just go and I would just lean over the ottoman and it would just, like, push the food. It would just spread the food a little bit back up so it wasn't, like, a 9-pound weight in my stomach. Of course, what are you talking about? Food. I've eaten so much in my life that I can't sleep because I'm worried that if I roll the wrong way, I'll just throw up all over myself.
That was me last night. So food hangovers, I get caffeine hangovers all the time.
Well, you got to quit drinking Coke. I cut that out of my life. Like, there's
No,
things like
I'm
when
not even saying Coke is the problem. I'm saying, like, the late nights where I am doing work and I'm editing and it's like Monster, Red Bull, and I wake up and I feel like just shit.
Well, that shit fucks up your system.
Yeah, it does.
You can't be doing those Monsters and Red Bulls. You got to just do, like, maybe a cup of coffee here and there. You're probably just getting way too much caffeine.
Black coffee is really good for you. It lowers your risk of cancer, or so I'm told. I don't know.
Big coffee's gotten to you, man.
Big
Tell
coffee
you what's
has
not
gotten
good for
to
you,
me,
ladies and gentlemen. LaCroix. And we're going to get to that story right after the housekeeping.
Christ.
Before we get into that, though, of course, this is the Kind of Funny morning show where each and every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Pacific time, we come to you on twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames. That was a lot of words, but I think I got them all right. We like doing this show. It is a live show, and guess what? That means we can talk to people like Melissa with a Y. Hey, what's up with Melissa with a Y? She's back in the chat.
Hey, Melissa with a Y.
Or Gifted Dim 63. All of the usual suspects are there. We love you guys very, very much. We're happy to be here every day with you from 11 to roughly noon 15, depending on if Andrea's here. We got a lot of fun things to talk about. We don't normally have 3 people on the show, but I love when we do because I have to do less work. That's what's fun for me about that. Of course, if you guys are watching this on YouTube, you can't watch live, no big deal. Make sure you leave a comment in the comment section below and subscribe to this channel because guess what? We're trying to get you addicted to this show. And if it works, we can all abuse this drug together. There's nothing better than a heroin den when there's like 30 to 40 people in it. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
That's a real party.
Speaking of Breaking Bad, we were talking about Breaking Bad.
We were, yeah.
Yeah,
you
scene
were.
where Jesse, he's in the heroin. They're all doing drugs.
Yeah.
In that house that he buys, and it's just disgusting. That's like my least favorite part of rewatching Breaking Bad.
Is what watching Jesse like fall back off the wagon.
It's
so
just
many
so
times.
it makes me feel
Yeah.
gross to see like all these like dirty people eating pizza and stuff. It's me, I guess.
Do you think that
Maybe because I'm seeing myself in the mirror.
Do you think that Jesse lived happily ever after, or do you think he just goes down?
No,
the
they
rabbit
talked to
hole?
Vince Gilligan about it, and they were like, "So what do you think happened with Jesse at the end of Breaking Bad?" And he's like, "Oh, he got caught. Like, there's no way he
You
would have
think he
not
gets
gotten
caught?
caught." And I
But
was
he
like,
didn't
wow,
do
that's cool.
anything though. What would he have gotten caught?
Well,
all
his-
the other stuff that he had
just
done
all the
before,
other
like
shit.
they would have connected, like they already knew.
But
that he
also
was a
his
part of it,
prints
yeah.
were all over the
cell?
meth den at the end.
Yeah, but that's like explainable away. They're like, I was held captive there, and they were like making me help. And they were like, well, how do you know how to cook meth? They're like, Google. I Googled it. That's what I would have said. A good defense lawyer.
Well, all
could've
of it
gotten
was
off
a
of that.
fantasy anyways, because Walt never did any of that at the end. I buy into that camp.
Do you think that it's just the dream?
I think he died in, spoiler alert, it's been out for a couple years, that he died in the den out in the woods, and that it was just a dream, it was a fantasy for the way he wanted it to go.
Yeah, there's
the
the
fucking
crazy.
ending where he puts
Crazy.
the goddamn like machine-controlled machine gun in the back of the car and just
awesome.
mows through people was awesome.
Yeah, the conspiracy theories are that
we are spoiling the shit out of this
because everything went so perfectly in his lead up to the ending, to his ending that he wanted of him dying with saving the person that he loved, Jesse. But the conspiracies are like nothing goes right for Walt. How did he not get seen in the cop car in the car that he broke into?
The beginning of that season, he gets breakfast, and like Skyler made his breakfast whenever he turned 50 and put the bacon in 50.
Yeah.
The waitress put a 52. How would a waitress know what his birthday is?
Didn't he do that?
No, did he do it?
I think he
I
did.
thought
it.
I think he put it together as like an homage to like, hey,
Yeah.
remember when my life
I think
used to be
he did
good
it.
before I started selling fucking meth?
Well, then I don't
was
remember
dope.
the show that well.
Maybe
That
not.
pisses
Let's
me
just
off.
watch it right now.
I'll tell you what though, what I love the best part. We were spoiling the shit out of this, but you know
It's
what? If
all
you haven't
good,
watched it by
dude.
now, whatever. One of my favorite parts is when he's trying to make sure that they take care of his family. Like the 2 rich people don't fuck him over.
Oh, yeah,
He was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
you will never know like where I'm at, and I might like. There's always gonna be someone here, and if they figure out that even if I'm dead, I've paid people to like take him out, and he raises his hand, like the laser pointer comes on him, and then it cuts, and it's those 2 fucking idiots that like.
You know, that one was
Badger.
actually written by a kid.
Was it?
That's a true story. I'm going to paraphrase the details here, but there was like a kid that reached out to Vince Gilligan and was like, what happens to Badger and the other dude?
Yeah.
And like, he worked that in.
Skinny Pete.
Like,
Dude,
yeah, Skinny
it's-
Pete. Yeah, so a kid made that interaction
Wow,
happen.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That kid didn't get any credit though.
No, fuck that kid.
Who
Fuck
cares?
that. You know what he got? He learned a very important lesson. Don't give your ideas away for free.
That's right.
You fucking idiot. He should have gotten scale on that. All right, Kev, let's go to housekeeping.
Housekeeping, you want me to jerk you off?
What kind of hotel is this?
Top on housekeeping. You've got roughly, how many days are in August? 31?
40.
Oh, wait, sorry.
9 more days to get yourself.
31. 31. You're right.
There's 31 days. You have 9 more days to get yourself this bad boy. Kevin, cut to the one. Here it is, right here. There it is, right there. Look at this. Tell me you don't want one of these hanging above your bathroom in a coveted spot.
That gets me moist.
Fan mail tier, either of our Patreons this month, patreon.com/kindoffunny or patreon.com/kindoffunnygames, whichever perks you want, you get this bad boy and all the stuff below it, the tiers below rather, I should say, including watching the shows live, getting into the giveaway, doesn't matter. This is the fucking piece de resistance. It's a signed picture of the champ. That's right, I'll autograph your name on this bad boy.
But
Will I
it's not
talk
even-
shit about Andy?
Will you autograph people's individual names?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
To whatever, Andy sucks. Love Nick is what it's gonna say.
Could you do one for me?
I absolutely
As a guest,
can do
like
one.
I like to right now. I always have pictures in my bathroom. Like so when I'm dropping deuce.
Yeah.
Like I look at currently a General Bill Murray right now.
Oh,
He's
cool.
in a like Napoleon get up.
Yeah, I love
Could
that.
you put one or write one for me? Like I'm watching you shit and you're doing a good job.
Yeah.
Like
Signed,
keep it
Nick.
up. Keep up the good.
Like,
Keep up the
here's
good
what
job.
I'll put for you.
Yeah.
Hey, good shit.
Here's
Good
what I'll
shit,
put for
yeah.
you. It's like you're looking into a mirror if you were 10 years older and just let go of yourself. That's what I'll do.
Well, I'm looking forward to it then, because you look great. It's awesome. I'm getting close to giving up like everything.
I look like your older, slower brother. I'll just put it that way. You know, like not
Like slower in speed or in
just in all
everything.
aspects of life.
Yeah.
Well, like if you score, like if you could run a mile in like 6 minutes, I'm 10 minutes. I'm running a 10-minute mile. I'm not even like people are like, wow, Tyler ran a really fast mile, and they're like, but Nick, you know, he tried. That's what they'll say about me. That's what they'll say about me. Back us on the fan tier. We love you guys very much. I'm looking forward to sending these puppies out. Kevin and I are printing some more out today, so that's going to be really, really fun. Next up on housekeeping, excited about this next thing. We haven't talked about this too much. I mentioned it on the show yesterday, but we finally can promote it. Friday, 7:30 p.m., which I believe is the 31st of August, not September. I don't know why I put September there. Waiting for the Punchline, the documentary that I worked on, is screening at Out of Bounds Festival. You guys can buy tickets for it. We're going to do a little comedy show beforehand, so Brian Garr and Christina Parrish are going to be there with me. They're going to do a few minutes. I'm going to do a few minutes, and then we'll do a Q&A with the director, producer, and myself afterward, and you guys. So if you want to get a sneak peek of that, I don't know when it's actually going up online. It might be months from now, so you guys can be totally in the know. Of course, the festival's happening all week, so you guys, there's lots of great shows, lots of comics out there, but, you know, to be perfectly honest, fuck them.
Who cares?
Who cares about them? Come see me, come hang out with me. It'll be fun, I guarantee it. That's in Austin, Texas, at the Spider House, 7:30 p.m., Friday, August 31st. We're going to be pimping that out all week, so if you can't remember that, just go get tickets right now. You can go to kindafunny.com/out-of-bounds. That's where you go to get that. kindafunny.com/out-of-bounds, not out of bounds, like us, out of bounds. Go check that out. Thank you very much.
you look.
I guarantee it. And then finally, Greg Miller is the official voice of Mizzou, which is hilarious. I don't know if he's the official voice or not, but I'm saying it. Who cares? He is in an amazing commercial. It is live right now. I assume it's live on Mizzou's channel. Is that right? Kevin? Joey?
I know that
Yeah,
these
yeah.
If you go to...
I'll drop the link.
these will also
Drop a link
likely
in the
play
chat, please.
during like local.
Are we gonna play any of it?
sure, let's watch it.
These will show during like local Mizzou football games to kind of like
Well, actually, no. I don't,
advertise
let's
the
not. Let's not
university.
watch it.
Let's
Let's send
just watch
people.
a
Let's
little
send.
bit of it.
Stop. Let's send people to watch it, so that they can get the views for it.
Ah, I like it.
Because it's a
smart
commercial.
But
You can
then
scrub through it if you want.
Can we watch it after they watch it?
Yeah, we can watch it after they watch it.
Whenever they watch it, can they put in chat, I watched it, and then we'll know?
Here's the deal. You want to be a good little. You guys want to be a good best friend out there right now? Go watch it and then tweet at Maximum Cortez and tell him that you watched it. No other context. Just I want 1,000 people tweeting at Andy today. I watched it.
1,000 people don't watch this show, Nick.
1,000 people are currently watching this show right now.
Guys,
shit.
dude.
And then
Big
there's
time. I
at,
hit the
least,
big time.
there's at least 8.1 thousand more people that are going to watch it once it goes to YouTube.
Damn.
Unless we have a good headline about some sort of sexy thing, and then 13,000 people
Yeah,
watch it. Or if we're
but
reviewing Mission Impossible Fallout.
5,000 horny dudes will show up.
There's so many horny dudes
Yeah.
in our chat.
Love it.
God bless. And horny women. I'm not going to sit here and say that we don't have a lot of women watching the show. We have a lot of women watching the show. And you know what? Women can be horny too. In fact, I prefer it. I'll put it right
What?
there.
Whoa.
I prefer it, man. I want everyone to be horny.
This show's got
when I
racy.
go to events and meet and greets, and it's just a spoiler for me, I look around and I see the people who are horny. You're my favorite.
You can spot horniness.
Yeah, I can see. I have a Geiger counter in me that reads horny.
It's like that one.
know?
It's like the one. It's like the one X-Men who's like, you're a Category 5 X-Men. You know
Yeah.
the girl in the shitty X-Men movie Last Stand.
Yeah.
Where she knows like, oh yeah, there's a level 4
5,
guy,
yeah,
level 5 or
yeah.
whatever. That's
I can
shitty
gauge
X-Men.
level. Look, I'm a keeper of a lot of things, Andy. Let's bring
Jesus.
this joke back.
Fucking shit.
One, I forget what these first new two things were, so we're going to default to the old ones.
Is The
One,
Departed-
whether or not The Departed is a good movie. Two, whether or not Blade Runner 2049 was a good movie that you should have saw but no one saw it. It sucks, and they're not going to make another one. Fuck you guys for ruining my life.
Yeah,
Number
tell
three,
me.
we leave this open. Okay.
for
Jesus.
For Jesus.
For big baby Jesus.
Sure.
Okay, big baby Jesus. Just swallowed up. A little too fat. Stop feeding him. It's Jesus that you can't. Son of God. Doesn't matter. Here's where we're going to bring this back in. And I always do this. I always forget why I started this. What the fuck were we just talking about? whether or not I'm a level 5 mutant who can gauge
Other
horniness levels. Do you understand that? Like I can see who's horny, and I know it.
Let's put it to the test right now.
Right now,
because I know where my
you're
level
fucking
is.
horny. Yeah, you're at a level 4 horniness right now out of 5. Andy,
Wow.
because of the food coma, couldn't get it up if a fucking gun was.
I thought I was
God.
hiding it.
No,
I'm not
You
hiding
walked
it
in,
at
I
all.
felt the
aura.
sexual energy
Yeah.
that you brought into this office.
There's a cool breeze. I'm floating light in my
radiates.
pants right now.
And I'll tell you this,
it's,
you smell good.
Thank you.
I want you. Can you smell him and tell me if he smells good?
Oh yeah.
Right.
That's
Okay.
it.
I
You know
walked
what
in.
that
I was
is?
like,
Hey, you know what?
It's like a soft masculinity.
Guess how horny I am now.
Oh, you're up to a 3.
Yeah, you saw it. You saw
That is
it.
that's a new fragrance I'm wearing. It's called the Hampton Inn from Daly City.
Okay, I love it.
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
beautiful.
Absolutely.
It's beautiful.
By the way, the first 2 things you said,
Yeah.
The Departed is like one of my favorite movies
Sure,
of all time
you're wrong
it's
about
like one of the best comedies ever made. See, I get
See?
it.
See?
It's the best comedy ever made. How you can't laugh your whole way through that
you.
movie? It's
This
impossible
is
not
my
to.
big problem with The Departed is that it's too much. There's too many comedic elements for me to take
the
it seriously.
whole movie is just hilarious one-liners, one after
It's
the other.
Alec Baldwin, fat as
Wait,
shit,
don't smoke the
bumping
fuck
into
yourself.
stuff. He's just throwing beat. Like his energy's totally wrong in every scene for no reason. Mark Wahlberg.
But you love the movie.
Tries desperately to act.
I love the movie as a comedy.
You ironically like it?
It's a comedy.
It's one of
Everybody's
my
accent is so off the wall bonkers. It's next level. Everybody's best attempt at a Southie accent.
You made
So
Nick's
bad.
day, so Nick thought you were gonna love this
I
movie.
could quote that whole movie. I fucking love that movie for that reason. It's
See,
great.
I love the movie for that reason too. Andy.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
You hate the movie.
Yeah.
You hate
Tyler and I
it.
are best friends now. We fucking hate
What
you,
is your
stupid
favorite
face.
worst part of the movie? Give
I
me the
just-
best line.
To be honest with you, I haven't seen it that much, and
I've seen it like 20
cannot.
times.
The thing is, I love Martin Scorsese, and it grinds on me that he won an Academy Award for
that movie,
For
yeah.
that fucking
No,
movie.
I'll give you that,
It
yeah.
fucking kills me that he didn't win for Goodfellas or The Wolf of Wall Street, which I love The Wolf of Wall Street.
was
I
excellent.
legitimately am like, this is a perfect Martin Scorsese movie. It's so him, like the character you just know it's not gonna wind up good for him.
It's perfect.
And it's just
Jonah Hill was he was
Chaos.
awesome. He was
What
the
are your
best.
horniness levels now? Now
My
that you
horniness
found
levels?
somebody in your camp.
I'm like,
I think, to be honest with you,
oh my god,
mine's at a 1 because I kind of climaxed.
Oh, okay, got
Jesus
it. Got it.
Christ.
I'm ready to go back down to level 1 and
Got
start
it.
over again.
Got
It's
it.
like Dead Cells, man. Oh, is this the new
Wait,
one?
I had an idea.
Yeah.
I have
This
sharp.
one-
Is that a
we
silver Sharpie?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Should be for games.
What do you mean? Oh, different. Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
Let's let the audience vote right now. Because here's the deal. We've got 2 different photographs. Look at this photographs.
Look at this photographs.
that's
Yeah.
how the song goes.
Oh,
yeah,
sure.
you can't-
Yeah. There's plural. That's the sequel.
See,
You got
I
a, you
still,
got a little nip right there.
Yeah,
going
no,
on,
I
which
poked it out.
like.
See, I think I still like this one better. What do you guys think?
I prefer the nip.
Let's get
You
the
like
one.
the nip?
A little bit of excitement or fear can go both ways.
Both ways, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. We should use the second one for Kind of Funny Games. That way, if you're on,
You gotta stop it.
That fucking shit.
Bless you.
you can get 2 pictures. Because I like the second one better.
I gotta go with the nip one. So
I also
This
agree.
one.
That nip one.
that right
I just
there,
feel like this
game
one's
changer.
100%.
Nick, the one
But
in
this
your
one
right-
has the stupidest look.
Yeah.
And I always kind of default to stupid.
The one in your right hand though is giving me so much strength right now.
This one?
Yeah.
This is my right hand.
It's powerful. What happened to your knuckle, man? Your knuckle okay?
This one?
You playing
Almost-
quarters?
No, I scraped it off practicing a technique in jiu-jitsu on Monday night.
I heard you did the fighting stuff.
I'm not so much fighting, just practicing.
Somebsomebody was gonna pay me money in
Jared
his office to
Jared was gonna-
wrestle you on the ground.
Jared walked in and
Do
said,
it,
"Let's
do it."
let's wrestle."
Right.
And to which I replied, "No."
I
Categorically no.
also
It is a
replied
hardwood
no.
floor.
Yes.
I'm already banged up from 2 days worth of training, Monday and Tuesday.
Now you're starting. It sound like an excuse right there, but
Yeah,
I'll
100%.
let you continue.
No,
Yeah,
no,
that's
100%.
fine. Yeah.
I'm backing out of this. I don't. No.
So
Yeah.
I win by default.
Yeah, 100%. But you also win because you believe The Departed is stupid. And it makes me happy because then I can rub that in Andy's stupid face.
It makes me laugh whenever
Over
I feel
and
bad.
over and over
I,
and
I
over
think
again.
it departed.
The day that Mia Khalifa was here, Nick went through his same spiel of I'm the keeper of however fucking many things.
Yeah.
And he goes,
Hi.
is The Departed a good movie? And Mia goes, yes, absolutely. And he goes, number 2. And he just moved on because he didn't want to argue.
The second one was
yeah.
right too. I can't remember, but Blade Runner 2049 is awesome.
Yeah, it was a great movie.
It's a great movie. I watched it on the plane.
We were trying to figure out whether or not it was going to be good prior to it coming out, and I said that's the fuck is that? My prediction was that it was going to be phenomenal, but that it was also going to not do well at the box office, and
And it
both of
didn't.
those,
Yeah, they both
unfortunately
came
came through.
You know, I would let you guys have any openings down here?
Yeah,
I mean, I have a sports show that I want everybody to watch, but
The thing is, I love talking about sports on this show.
Oh.
It's just we don't have anyone that does it well. So that's my thing. Is maybe
do you want to talk sports now? I know Andy's not the biggest sports
we're
guy.
gonna. You know, you know what? I'd love to talk some sports. I'd love to hear what you have to say about some sports. But before we get into that,
Some general sports.
just some sports. You know, let's get into some sports. All
Just
sorts
cover
of
the
sports.
gamut, you know? How's sports doing? Pretty good.
You know, it's great.
Sports are doing well.
They're up right
You know,
now.
overall sports, very
Yeah.
bullish market right now for sports. Before we get into the news, quick tip reminder: if you guys want to tip us, don't say Jesus like that. Don't take the Lord's name in vain like that.
They're throwing up the all sorts of sports in 15 seconds emote. That's all. I mean, their words, not mine, Nick. Their words, not mine.
No. I mean, we're going to give you guys your stupid sports time. It's going to be fun. I mean, sorry, I apologize. We're going to give you guys time to talk about the thing you're passionate about, even though I don't care about it at all. But before we get into that, of course, if you guys want to tip us at the $5 or above level, we will read those tips. Or if you have 500 cheers accumulated, however the hell cheers happen on Twitch, you guys can give those to us as well. Couple quick tips right now. Lord Hirai said, would love to see Nick react just a little bit of this video, but did not give us a link. So, there it is. There's my reaction to that. See that?
Whoa.
Can you give me a Departed reaction though? Give me a Leo.
I'm gonna give you my favorite Alec Baldwin. Hey, we got to the mall. Hey, bouncing into shit. He's in the guy. They sandwiched his sweaty ass into the sea containers.
Oh, it's so good.
And Mark Wahlberg kills him. Oh, I'm gonna commit murder. That's fucking great. Panzer G2 says, "Is it Nick time?" It is Nick time.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Roastantino gave us 1,000 cheers. Said, "Happy Wednesday, Dream Team." A special shout out to badass Tyler Coe for using a show to call out all the abusers in the sports world. Thank you for not giving any of them any passes. Praying sports ball has a long life at RT and excited to see how it evolves.
What was that person's name?
This is Ron Stantino.
Hey, thanks, Ron.
He was an extra in The Departed.
Was he?
Ron Stantino.
Ron
yeah.
Santino, yeah.
No, because they were all fucking Irish people in The Departed. That was the other egregious offense in The Departed. Not one Italian in it.
Whoa, wait, hey, now that's racist.
That
to
is
assume that
racism.
only Italians can be mobsters.
Yes,
true.
but I'm also saying that the best it's not, okay. It's like, you know how they say, like, not all people that voted for Trump are racist, but all racists voted for Trump?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, okay.
Not all gangsters are Italian, but all the best gangsters are Italian. So if you're going to make a movie about gangsters,
I don't know. That's hard to say. There's been a ton of movies
I'm
made
just
about
saying,
it. The Italian.
we put a lot of effort into the Italian mob over the years, and our time is due.
I mean, you
like,
watch
give us credit.
Narcos. Like, you love Narcos.
You know?
You know?
You know?
Pablo Escobar?
Yeah.
You know, biggest gangster on the planet?
Sure.
Whatever.
Okay.
Was, at least before they fucking shot him on the rooftop. Fade.
Spoilers.
Jesus.
Have you not? You don't know how he
He's
died?
dead?
Yeah, he died in the 80s.
When?
Yeah.
80s?
think so, yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, shit's old, a long
he
time
blew
ago.
up a plane.
He was like, you should watch Narcos just for the shit that he fucking
He's a
did.
bad man.
He literally tried to run for office.
He railed that reporter in the behind.
That was hot.
Nick tries to get me to watch the Narcos. I haven't
You
seen
would love
yet.
it.
I haven't seen Narcos yet.
It's about
You would love
narcotics.
it.
Whoa, is that what that's what it means? Whoa.
Right. Fade N2 Gaming says, this tip goes to Cool Greg for his whole lot of game shit streamed yesterday. P.S. That Nicki Minaj is still straight fire and should be #1. I agree. I gotta know. Now, you know I don't know anything about hip. I know even less about hip hop than I do about sports. But I'll tell, or music than I do about sports. But I'll tell you this: Nicki Minaj is fucking amazing, and everyone jumping on the Cardi B train needs to jump the fuck back off and just recognize that Nicki is the queen.
I don't
That's all
know
I'm
about
saying.
that.
Everybody throw up the Cool Greg gang shit emotes in the chat, everybody.
Joey.
She's
Joey!
She yelled cunt.
She's-
I know, but it's more fun for me to yell.
Okay, cool. It's not
Well,
stressful
here's what's gonna
at all.
happen. Here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna yell for Joey. She's gonna come and I'm gonna ask her to get Cool Greg. That's how we do it on this show.
You're a psychopath.
That's how we're doing this. Can you grab Cool Greg for me?
You're such a bitch, dude.
Actually, you or is that the whole thing?
No, I just want Cool Greg. Can you grab Cool Greg for me?
He got you.
Why did you do that?
That was great. That was great.
When the inspiration strikes, Andy, you got to take it by the balls, okay?
That was a Departed move. Right?
Thank you. I'm channeling Alec Baldwin's seminal performance from The Departed.
Bumping into people.
Just fucking sweating and bumping into people. Andy Kids gave us tips that this is absolutely my favorite Vine of all time, and Kevin will take a look at that and let us know. And Alyssa with a Y said, this is the sexiest morning show I've ever seen. Love you boys. My horny level is through the roof. Hope you all have a wonderful day. For a second, I forgot that I made that a joke earlier. And I was like, wow, that was very progressive of her to tell us that. And then I remembered, oh no, this is the culture that I'm cultivating.
Yeah.
This is what's
It's just
happening.
a callback.
It is.
15 minutes ago.
So this is Divine?
Yeah, let's bring it up. What is this?
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but it's super short, so.
Well, it's a Vine.
We're gonna give it the
If
pass.
it's bad,
Remember Vine?
Give me 2 seconds. Hold on. We're almost.
if it's bad, you have to tip us again. $40.
All right, here we go. Ready?
This for the pain.
No. Not doing it for me.
Hard pass. Hard pass.
Yeah,
Sorry.
here's the thing about Vine. It was dumb.
Yeah.
That's it. And a bunch of people got super famous and rich off of doing these stupid Vines. And I'm like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever
I
seen
feel like
in my life.
are you just jealous that you didn't?
Always.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, 100%. Anytime I'm ever critical of anything, it's because I'm jealous of it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh yeah, that's why anybody
That's what
ever
we do.
rails against anything like that.
100%.
Yeah.
Remember, guys, if you want to keep giving us tips, we will check back in on those tips. Kevin, it's
sir.
news time. Let's go, baby. The news. Top on the news story. I'm so excited about this. This was tweeted at me.
I haven't read.
Who the hell knows what's in this story? It's from shape.com, but you know what? I'm gonna preach this like it's gospel.
Let's just read the headline.
The headline is
and
why
jump
your
to
LaCroix
conclusions.
obsession isn't so healthy. I should probably bring the story up so I can read it. How about that?
Smart move.
Let's go with this. Now, as you guys know, we're a LaCroix office, much to my dismay, sadly.
You have crates of it. I just got a tour here, and you have a room dedicated to LaCroix.
We won a fucking competition, and it's the worst. Put down that can of lime LaCroix for a second. We have to talk. I've been asking about. Okay,
Oh, fuck you, Carolyn Brown. Don't tell me what to do.
This is from Carolyn Brown on shape.com. You guys can go check this out. Let me first jump off my high nutritionist course and lead with the good. It's absolutely a better option than soda, diet, or whatever. In the grand scheme of things, drinking excessive amounts of sparkling water is very far down on my list of concerns with clients at my Food Trainers New York City office. Way to drop the. She dropped a little.
Of course, yeah.
Just drop a little
It's all
mention there.
self-promotion,
But if you
so
already
cool.
cleaned up your diet, are eating veggies and mainly whole foods, pay attention to the ingredients label and take your health seriously. Here are a few factors to consider. Excuse me. Natural flavoring. There's a lot of confusion over what natural flavoring actually means, and in general, I steer very clear of foods that indicate them on the ingredients level. These natural flavors are more often more similar to artificial ingredients and can sometimes include preservatives. LaCroix's website says the natural flavors are derived from a natural essence oil extracted from the named fruit used in each of the LaCroix flavors. There are no sugars or artificial. She's not painting a good picture here. This all still sounds fine. My main concern is that these intense flavors can make you crave that and expect it every time you grab a drink. Whatever. Carbonation, not only, all right, you know what? This is just, I gotta read this article a little bit more thoroughly and arm myself. Because this is just basically saying this
sounds like a
may
bunch of
not be
malarkey.
good for you. This does not sound like she's basing this in scientific fact.
Yeah.
I was hoping that like she had an article from like the Food Health Administration or the Food Drug Administration saying that natural flavors cause colon cancer, so that I could tell Tim every time he cracked open a can of LaCroix, he was gonna get the butt cancer. That's what I wanted to tell him.
That would have been terrible.
You keep drinking that LaCroix,
Really
you're
bad
gonna get the ass
cancer.
cancer, is what I wanted to tell him. But I can't do that now because Caroline Brown is more interested in pimping out her Food Trainers New York City office than she is about actually.
Wait, her food what?
She's like a nutritionist. You
She's
can
a
go to
nutritionist.
Food Trainers in New York City. She'll probably work.
So you can go to New York City and find this woman, and
Yeah.
she can sit down after you pay her money, and she can tell you if you drink or eat something out of a can, it may not be good for you.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
That's fucking genius.
We gotta start that.
I gotta
business.
get that job.
Let's go. All right. Well, this sucks. I'm disappointed with myself, and I'm disappointed
You
with the
fell
world.
for it, dude. You
I
fucking fell for it.
I fell for it. Bring up this next news story. We've been reporting on this all 3 days. Andy, I think you were on with the
I was,
first one.
yes.
So here's how this story goes. This is an update to the Asia Argento sex misconduct story that is happening. She was accused by child actor Jimmy Bennett of having a sexual relationship with her when he was 17 and she was 37. He said that was inappropriate and he felt traumatized afterward. A follow-up to that story read yesterday was that she was like, nope, that never happened. This guy's a psycho, and we paid him off just to go away. She says that her ex-boyfriend, Anthony Bourdain, helped fund that payoff. And today, new photos and texts have appeared that contradict pretty much all of that. Those are over on TMC. You can see them in bed together, shirtless. So, here's my thing.
The evidence is all
If you've
there.
done the thing, just, the shoot's gonna come out.
Don't lie about the thing.
Now, who knows? She's saying that, based on some text messages, that he basically seduced her, like jumped her, and was like, it was hot, and she didn't know what to think, but she only found out that he was underage after he tried to extort her. So who the fuck knows the truth on this? All we do know is that maybe they had sex. They probably had sex, or at least were in bed together, based on these photos that she sent her friend.
Still not a good look. To be
Not a
like,
great
we
terrible
didn't
look.
have sex and then be like, all right, no, we did, but I didn't know he was under 18.
Well, I feel like that's always the strategy, which is like, let's deny first, just see what happens. And then we'll be like, okay, we did this. Or maybe it'll go away. Who knows?
I don't understand. Yeah, this doesn't make any sense. Like, that's a terrible line to start with. Like, I'm not racist, but I didn't know they were underage, but
Right.
like, that's like, you're never going to get away with that. As shitty as a human being that Louis C.K. was for doing what he did,
Sure.
he did the smart thing. He shut up, he apologized, and he went away. Like, that's what she should be doing. Like,
Yeah.
there's so many of these people, like, it infuriates me. Like, we've been talking a lot about this on Sports Ball. There's a coach at Ohio State that was abusing his wife for
Jim
better.
Tressel.
Had been abusing his wife, and there's some more stuff coming down the pipe. But he kept denying all of it, and it's like, to Asia and to this coach, do you not realize we're in the age of
People are gonna find it out.
technology?
Yeah, people are gonna know it. There's no secrets
Texts are
anymore.
forever. Internet is forever. And it's like this coach up in Ohio State said like, oh, I didn't do that to my wife. And his ex-wife was like, here are the text messages where you admit to strangling me in Mexico. Like, why would you think these photos or texts wouldn't come out? How
gonna come
stupid
out.
can you be?
The hammer's
Don't
coming
deny.
down on him. Hammer's coming down. We'll say that for also sports in 15 seconds.
Yeah, sorry about that. I
That-
talked too many sports.
We're doing that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Not yet, but it's coming.
Well, there you go. We'll see how that story progresses as the days come on. Next news story, not much of a surprise here. There's a sequel that works for Crazy Rich Asians. It made a lot of money at the box office, and so now people are like, now Hollywood's like, cool, let's just rinse and repeat that. Why not just do it again? I don't know how the film ended, but I can't imagine it ended anything but happy. So we'll see. Maybe it's about crazy. Maybe it'll be like just like that sequel to Sex and the City, where they just decided to make a movie that was like a made-for-TV movie, and it was horrible.
They went to the Middle
Hey,
East.
whoa, guys, hold on a second.
horrible.
What?
Was it that bad?
The Sex and the City
Have you
movie?
not seen it? The
No,
second
I've definitely
one?
seen him. Come on.
The first one is
Wow,
okay.
Let's just
The
relax.
second one is like it's like they spent half the amount of money on it, and it's shot like a worse episode of the TV show, the HBO show. And it is weird. But at one point, Charlotte, who I had the biggest crush on.
They go to Mexico.
No, they go to like.
No,
oh,
they
they
go
do
to
go to
the
Mexico.
Which one did they go to Mexico? It might be in the first one.
I think they go to Mexico in both of them.
No,
In
I
one of
think
them,
it's
she
in the first
shits
one.
herself.
In one of them, she puts water in the mouth.
And she-
by accident goes, oh no, and then shits herself.
Yeah.
I don't even
And-
know what I've never seen.
Which is ridiculous because I've been to Mexico I don't know how many times and I've never shit myself in Mexico.
I've shit myself in Mexico.
I mean, I've shit myself other places.
Yeah, no, I've had
I've
it.
shit myself in some of the best cities on the planet.
I have
Not Mexico.
I've had what they call Montezuma's revenge.
Oh, I know all about that.
And it was unpleasant, but the welcome side effect of it was dropped a couple lbs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
There's nothing better
about
than
these.
getting sick and waking up and like, I look good. I look great. Right?
That's-
I'll tell you,
yeah.
I look forward to it, and that's why anytime anyone's sick, I try to lick your face.
No.
If you're not feeling well, let me know. Lick your mouth.
I was wondering why you
do
did that.
anymore, Nick.
No, it's for science, Kevin. It's not
Yeah.
a real,
No.
not a real
You've
thing.
been asked not to do that anymore.
Nobody's technically asked me.
100%.
Yes. Bring out this next news story, Kevin. This is from IGN.com. Everyone wants Idris Elba to be 007, myself included, but he was just like, nah. When asked about it, he was just said, they're like, when are you gonna be Bond? Are you ever gonna be Bond? He was like, no.
Why? Why
This is
wouldn't
not
he be
gonna-
Bond?
I don't believe it.
Why not? Yeah, I don't buy this
They
shit.
haven't
Yeah.
asked him yet.
I have a good feeling that it's already done. That the deal is
Well,
done.
it's weird because like the newest Bond is already like screwed up because Danny Boyle just dropped out from directing because of creative differences. Like we need Idris to be Bond so bad. God, he's
So,
hot. I
of
would-
course,
I would-
during the recent premiere of Elba's directorial debut, Yardie, this comes from IGN.com, by the way. Good Morning Britain asked Elba if they were looking at the next if they were looking at the next 007. However, Elba quickly replied no, quelling any rumors that he would be taking over for Daniel Craig. Here's the reason why he probably won't. And I was going back and forth with, I forget who it was on the YouTube comments about this. The issue is Idris Elba's 45. Now that's an okay age for Bond. That's usually like they'll start the Bond a little like mid to late 30s. The problem is if you want Bond to play more than 2 or 3 movies, that means he's going to be in his 50s before the 3rd movie comes out. And 50-year-old Bond, you know,
Well,
Roger
he doesn't look 50 though.
he doesn't look 50, but that's
doesn't.
the problem. Is like it's a very physical role, and
Denzel
like Daniel Craig
Washington,
hates
like-
doing it because he has to do a lot of stunts and a lot of things like that. It takes a lot out of you. Also, Roger Moore has been. I love Roger Moore's take on it, where he's like, I think his last movie he did when he was in his like mid 50s, and he's like, there's nothing sexy about a 60-year-old Bond. He's like, we don't need that.
I think it's like Denzel Washington, Liam Neeson, like even Michael Caine for a little bit were like old guys doing action movies. Like, why wouldn't Idris do it? And they were way
I
older
think
than
he
him.
could absolutely do it, and I would
think this
absolutely
is
support it.
You know what? I don't want him to be Bond anymore. Excuses. He might be a weak Bond. If he
No.
doesn't even
Nailing
want to take it,
Tyler's right.
if he doesn't even want to take it, you don't. You know what? You couldn't be Bond.
Here's the other issue with being Bond, right? Is that, and this is Daniel Craig's biggest problem with it, is that you are always Bond, and you can't. I think he's had some misgivings about being Bond since he took over the role because he's typecast as that. He has not really like name another Daniel Craig movie that's really been super successful other than Bond.
Girl with the dragon tattoo, where
Right.
he basically played a James Bond type.
Kind of. Did they do a sequel to that?
They did. Nobody watched it.
He never did the sequel for it.
No, he didn't.
They're doing it now.
Yeah, they're doing
now
it.
they're doing
He is
another
not,
one.
yeah.
But that's the problem is he could not enjoy any other success with that. Roger Moore, same thing. Pierce Brosnan, same thing. Right? You see the track record here of Bond is like you get that stigma about you that you're Bond, and no one can ever not see that.
Pierce Brosnan's been in movies since.
Miss Doubtfire.
Yeah.
No, I love Pierce Brosnan. Don't get me wrong.
No, I completely agree with you.
But you know what I mean? Like he hasn't
been.
he hasn't had another knockout great movie since GoldenEye, and this is the problem, right? Roger Moore, of course, is my favorite Bond, or at least one of my favorite Bonds, I should say.
Roger
what?
Moore.
Mamma Mia, thank you very much.
But was he the lead in Mamma Mia?
That's what I was looking for. Yeah.
Exactly.
Wait,
was he the lead in all? Like he hasn't been. His career has just been what it is. It's a good career, don't get me wrong, but he was like the it guy when he took over for the Bond role, and then that just kind of put him on a different path.
Hey, I have a. Hold on now, because we were on our way to becoming best friends with the whole like
We're already best friends. Best friends-
Italian thing and LaCroix.
Best friends can like. Here's the thing: we always have our combined love and hatred of Andy.
Yes,
to keep
of
us
course,
together.
right. That's yeah.
Like I can't wait for you to talk sports because I want to hear someone who actually knows sports
Right.
talk. It's gonna be really cool.
But you saying Roger Moore is like your favorite Bond? Like who is Bond though?
Bond for me is Sean Connery.
Okay, thank you.
I love Daniel Craig, but Roger Moore is my favorite because I read his autobiography, and he was the only Bond that just fucking loved it. Like
He was such a Nancy boy Bond.
the story of him getting Bond is so fascinating because he was doing The Saint. Like so he was up for the role of Bond right around the time he got The Saint and was like, shit, I can't get it. That sucks. I really want to be Bond. I think it'd be an amazing Bond. Couldn't get it. And then it came back around to him like 1 or 2 more times. And the second time he's like, I still can't do it because it got like The Saint got re-upped and it wouldn't work out. And then the third time, it just happened to coincide with George Lazenby like royally fucking everything up.
yeah.
And they're like, this guy wants out, which is ridiculous because he could have made a great Bond going forward. So they gave it to Roger Moore. And he basically is like, from the second I got it, he's like, I just wanted to do as many of them as I wanted to. I just wanted to have so much fun.
That's cool.
And he was just like, he's like, I wanted my Bond to be the complete antithesis of Sean Connery's like serious brooding Bond. So I wanted to be
very
fun
much
and
is,
goofy
yeah.
and like, I wanted mine to be about gadgets. And he didn't drive the Aston Martin. He drove a Lotus. And he didn't wear the Rolex. He wore a Seiko. And he did like, he did all sorts of fun shit. He went to the fucking moon.
He did.
He went to space.
He did. He was in a crocodile like before Ace
God.
Ventura was in a rhino.
It's great.
But that guy didn't fuck. Out of all the Bonds,
sir.
Roger Moore.
Roger Moore fucked.
That guy does not fuck.
You don't think Roger Moore fucks?
No, he does not fuck.
I'd fuck
the girls
Roger.
he was pulling, no way. Absolutely not. Sean Connery's more like rapey, aggressive, kind of.
Okay,
but-
yeah.
Well, Sean Connery's it comes from that like
Naturally.
horrible time period where men were just like it was considered okay to physically abuse
Yeah,
anyone around you at all
exactly.
times.
Give her
So you're
one
like,
of
give one of
these,
these. Which is you go back and watch those movies, you're like, this is so inappropriate.
Right.
But that was my biggest problem with Spectre is that there are moments of that in Spectre, and I'm like, this doesn't work anymore. Like you can't have a hero that people are supposed to look up to treat people like this.
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way anymore. That's my biggest problem. That's why I stand by the fact that the Mission Impossible series is a much better spy espionage series than Bond is at the moment. Fallout was amazing.
I have not seen the newest
I still
one.
haven't seen Fallout.
It's so
Guys, it's
fucking
so
good.
good.
As far as Fast and the Furious, the only one I've ever seen, just completely random tangent, I've only seen Tokyo Drifts.
Well, you're okay. That's fine.
Not a bad way to start.
Not a bad
Great
way.
movie. Start.
Not a bad way.
You can honestly probably skip the first two, watch the rest of them, and then go back and watch the first
I've only
one.
seen the Brosnan 007. I've never seen like I saw part of one of the Daniel Craig ones. I don't remember which one, but the Brosnan ones are like my only sort of like exposure to the 007 world, to the Bond world.
I mean, again, don't get me wrong. GoldenEye, I love GoldenEye, and that spawned so many hours of video game playing for me.
Still. One of the greatest games of all time.
One of the greatest games literally ever made. GoldenEye was a fucking amazing accomplishment. Because remember, like here's how it always goes with Bond: is they bring in a new Bond. It's awesome. It's different than it was before. It does really well. Even with Roger Moore, in Roger Moore's case, he did his first couple Bond movies. Remember, they did. I forget. I think it was Live and Let Die was up against Never Say Never. There was a moment. There was a year where there were two competing Bond movies because of the way the rights worked out.
Sean Connery went off a cliff with a horse. Live and Let Die had Berenson Mitty.
That's right.
And
I don't know if it was Live and Let Die,
all that shit,
but I do know that was Never Say Never Again. And Roger Moore's movie beat Sean Connery's movie because everyone was more excited about that. You come back, we have the Timothy Dalton era, which is okay. There were some good Timothy Dalton movies, but it had run stale. They always run stale and they always run into the ground. Then you bring back Pierce Brosnan and GoldenEye took it up a fucking notch. It was a much better action movie. It was much more serious. Andy Cortez in the pit.
Hey guys, Andy Cortez, kindoffunny.com.
Not in the pit.
The Paul McCartney song from
You Were Young.
is Live and Let Die named after that?
That is the name of the song.
Yeah.
But is it named after is it because of the movie?
I think it's named after. Well, it's Live and Let Live is the saying, but I think the short story, and maybe it wasn't.
Live and Let Die, but is it like you know what I mean?
It's
Like
tied
Adele
together.
song? Oh, it is
It's
tied.
intrinsically
Okay,
tied.
got it.
Yes, that's that.
So Bieber's Never Say Never.
Exactly.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Possibly.
Not the
That's what I
same
thought.
song, though. He wasn't even born by then. But yeah, that was the title song from that movie.
Okay, got it.
And then, of
Got
course,
it.
Guns N'
It's a
Roses took it
great
up a
song,
fucking
yeah.
notch. Have you heard the Guns N' Roses cover?
I have, yeah. No, but I like Paul. I mean, what was Paul's?
It's Paul McCartney. It's Wings.
Wings. There
Yeah.
you go. Wings. I couldn't
think.
remember that.
Anyway, long story short, you should watch at least Casino Royale because it is a very, very. What I loved what they did with it was that they Daniel Craig came in and they made him more of a like brute, like fucking super violent, super hyper real. No gadgets, no bullshit. It's just about how fucked up this guy is and how he just is like a killing machine. And then they took that, they fucked up Quantum of Solace, and then they brought it back to like cheesy, happy-go-lucky Bond with Skyfall, and they fucked it up.
Great ball-busting scene in Casino Royale.
Mr. Yasman 300 says, Nick, Never Say Never again went up against Octopussy. Thank you.
Octopussy was amazing.
There's a Bond movie named Octopussy.
I have to say, like, Roger Moore wasn't my favorite, but those Bond movies, like Moonraker, Octopussy, there was a movie about an egg that was from Russia with Love.
Dude, what's funny
There's
about
some dumbass Bonds.
if I'm not mistaken, Octopussy is based on one of the short stories, and all it is, and this, if I remember correctly, and Mr. Yasmin will probably correct me if I'm wrong, but if I remember correctly, it's based on a short story of a guy who is a criminal who knows that he's been caught, and he's sitting in his basically Jamaican like villa, very much close to what Ian Fleming had, and he's got a little like a pond down beneath there. What do you call it? Like a little. I don't know where the ocean
moat.
comes in.
You
know what? And there's an
waterfall.
octopus.
Submarine?
No, it's like
cave.
like a ravine or whatever. It is.
Cenote.
Either way, a water source that goes out into the ocean, and there's a octopus there that he has named Octopussy. And when he kills himself, the octopus actually drags him down into the ocean.
Wait, he names an octopus Octopussy.
Yeah.
Did he have a relationship with
No,
him?
not that I know of.
Not like
implicitly-
Tom Hanks and Castaway with Wilson.
Not that that's
Where
implicitly
the
implied.
rated R version is where Tom Hanks is fucking that volleyball.
Is he fucking that volleyball?
Yeah, there's blood all
Are
over
you
his dick.
kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, there's
Why is there
no
blood on
way.
his dick?
Because of the blood from the hand.
Wait, the hand?
Yeah, the hand.
Remember that Tom Hanks uses.
He uses his blood to make the handprint.
That movie was dumb.
He's like drawing the
That
hand.
movie, Nick, that movie was not dumb.
That movie was
Are you
dumb.
gonna wait? Hold on. You think Castaway's a dumb movie?
It's an excellent movie.
Ladies and
He's lying,
gentlemen,
he's lying.
it's time
What?
for all sorts of sports. Fuck you, just kill yourself.
That's why he was so emotional.
We just gotta shorten this. It's too long. It's just too long. But you think about the audio listeners. They just have to listen. They must
they're
skip
mad.
through.
Oh yeah. Well, Spotify has an advanced 15 seconds.
Oh yeah, so does iTunes. That's what I do. Yeah.
I love that.
I still need a short.
I think we
You
should
love
make
that
it-
because you've seen it once, not 20 times.
Yeah.
Like think about that. That's 20 minutes of my life I'll never get back.
I know. That's even funnier to know that you suffer from it.
I hate it so
Hey
much.
guys,
Great.
welcome to All Sorts of Sports in 50 Seconds with Andy Cortez. I'm the host, Andy Cortez. With me, I have Tyler Coe and Nick Scarpino. Tyler Coe, you have a show at Rooster Teeth called Sports Ball.
That's correct. You can watch it every Tuesday at 8 a.m. Central Time.
Tuesday, 8 a.m. Central Time best time. Tyler, what's sort of the rundown with Sports Ball? What can we expect?
You can expect myself, Mia Khalifa, who is my co-host. We talk about sports.
Also, just all sorts of them.
All sorts.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's all sorts of sports. No, I'm just kidding. You guys want to talk actual
Nailed it.
sports or what do you want to do?
Guys, really depressing news coming out all over the news wire, all over Twitter. We got a Woj bomb. Nick, do you know what a Woj bomb is?
Yeah, it's where you eat too much papaya, and when you move, it just...
Where does your mind go?
It just, you know what I mean? You go,
Okay.
And then you go like this, you go, whoa, shit. You know, and you got to clinch up. But
That's
it's
good.
not, no
Got
matter
it.
how hard you clinch, some sneaks out.
The clinch is he's right on that part when it comes to a Woj bomb.
You do go, oh yeah,
Oh, shit,
exactly.
yeah.
So there's a reporter, Nick, who used to work for Yahoo Sports. Now he works for ESPN. His name is Adrian Wojnarowski.
Wojnarowski.
Or the woe, as they
Wojnarowski.
call him.
Woj.
His
I call him the
cousins
Woj.
directed The Matrix. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Whenever he always gets the latest scoops, Nick, and whenever he drops a huge tidbit of information, it's like that's a Woj bomb. You know.
That's cool.
So there's always like, oh, so and so's getting traded, so and so's getting signed. Well, the big Woj bomb from today is that my favorite player of all time, Manu Ginobili, is considering retirement. That he is. This whole sort of off season, it's been will he, won't he? Will he come back for another season? He's 41 years old. I still think he's productive off the bench, but it looks like this could be it for Manu Ginobili.
It is going to be it. He needs to go.
No.
He's done enough for the city. He's done enough for Pop, which Pop, I don't know how much longer Pop has going on in the league. It's been a bad year for the Spurs. You lost, well, Tony's in Charlotte.
Nick from the
yes.
pit. Nick
Is
Scarpino.
Pop a person?
Greg Popovich.
Okay, thank
Coach
you.
from the
The
Spurs.
greatest coach in the NBA. Maybe ever.
Of
I
all
don't
time,
know.
I'd say.
I met him one time.
Whoa.
I did. I was at
Woj.
chilling at a nude beach in San Diego, and I saw Pop at a bar, and I went to go talk to him, and we had a very Pop conversation.
My horny little.
Where he was just like kind of a douche.
No, I went up to him like, "Hey, coach, I don't mean to bother you." He's like, "Well, you are."
I love it. I love it.
That's awesome.
That's the,
and then we talked. He's the sweetest man.
that's
and then
the
like,
experience you want.
Yeah, and then he had a rough. His wife died, unfortunately.
very,
like, that
very
was just
sad.
terrible. And like, you know, they've lost Demar, or no, they got Demar. They lost Kawhi up to Toronto. It's a rebuilding year. He's got to go. Manu's done great. He killed a bat. He's got rabies. He is a hero in San Antonio. But it's time for him to go out to pasture
Did you know that Manu killed a bat? Manu Ginobili killed a
with
bat.
his hand.
I fucked up a couple of bass.
Yeah.
I think you're lying.
I caught the other day a bird flew by me and I could have kicked it,
Whoa.
but I chose not to.
Shit.
And somebody on the street saw me and they were like, "You could have kicked that bird." And I said, "I'm a humanitarian. I don't kick living things."
You know what?
You're above
It
everybody.
takes more power and strength to not pull the trigger. So I
It
respect
takes
that.
a village, Nick.
It
takes
came
a
at
village.
me and it had one of those looks in its eyes like it was rabid, like it was about to try to take my life. And I was like, "I am the superior species, so I will let you live."
True power.
That's what I did.
Fantastic. And Tyler, do you want to talk more about Ohio State, or will that bring down the mood a little bit?
No, fuck Ohio State, fuck Maryland. There's a couple schools out there right now abusing students, abusing their wives, their powers, stuff going on at Texas A&M that's going to come out about, you know, unsanctioned practices, both practices and practices as far as treating players for health conditions. It's no good.
There was a player who died recently.
There's a player who died in Maryland.
That was the
It's
Maryland one. Okay, got it.
More will come out about that. It's not a lot of fun times right now in sports. Baseball's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Oakland A's might actually make it to the postseason, which is pretty exciting. I don't know if anybody here is a baseball fan.
Huge baseball fan.
I'm a Braves
Giants
fan.
I mean, you guys, we actually have mutual friends. I've done a lot of work with Mr. Hunter Pence.
He's a great
I love
guy.
him and his wife
He's
are
the reason
amazing.
why I care about baseball.
Yeah, he's the best.
I love
He's
hearing
awesome.
about him playing. I haven't watched him play yet,
Yeah.
but I respect him, and I like that he's out there doing the thing.
We actually
He's doing
did.
the thing. He's doing the thing.
I'm still working on a certain show on the comedic side of sports, and Hunter came down to do a little test project with me.
Oh, that's fun.
And maybe I'll release that video someday if I get like enough followers or somebody pays me enough money on the tip line.
There you
to
go.
do it.
Kevin, can you roll the footage? we don't have the footage. Damn. All right.
Yeah.
I was hoping
Way to
we-
prep your show.
Yeah.
I was hoping you were going to surprise me.
But no, Hunter, he's great. Baseball's great. Sports are great.
Yeah, it's great being a Braves fan because it's been hard for the last 10 years, you know? I mean, less than 10 years, but
Yeah.
Nick, I grew up spoiled as a Braves fan because all we did was win.
Yeah,
We
no
won
matter
one
what.
ring, but we were always in the playoffs.
Yeah, small
and then
yeah.
just say Greg Maddux,
Maddux,
Nick.
yeah.
That's how you can sort of contribute to the
Maddux,
company.
Greg
Greg Maddux,
Maddux.
exactly.
You
Dude.
kind of
So
look like,
good.
you don't look like Greg Maddux. You
Well,
look like a
that's
John Smoltz.
Greg Maddux
I love
looks
John
like
Smalls.
he does your taxes at fucking Merrill Lynch, you know?
Yeah, he does.
But I'm excited to be a Braves fan right now because it's looking like we're going to be in the playoffs and we're hot right now, and it's exciting to care about baseball again the way I did back in the late 90s. Yeah.
Have I told you that I have the minus touch?
No, I don't.
So I used to live in Anaheim back when the Angels went on that tear and won, and then got to the playoffs like 2 more times, and then I think they got beat by Boston.
So you're in Anaheim in 2002.
Yeah, that was about right. And then I shortly thereafter moved up here, and then the Giants started winning constantly, and I was just like,
Wow, it's all you then.
me.
Hey,
you
it
know?
is,
and
it
then
is-
also the Warriors started winning too, and I was like, it must be me. It must be my presence in this.
Do you like the Warriors?
I
Am I gonna get blasted if I say I hate the Warriors?
He
on
loves the
show?
Warriors only because I don't like them.
love the Warriors.
You're
Yeah,
a fucking
I can't
bandwagon.
remember. I can't
You're
remember.
a bandwagon son of a
doesn't
bitch.
he does.
Everything
I will-
about you, I love.
I'm going to say this right now. I've said it on the show. I've gone out on a limb and said, I am the most fair weather fan you will ever meet.
I appreciate
If
those
a
people.
team is winning, they're my team. You see what I'm saying? That way I'm never disappointed. I don't have the heartache like you guys have. The years and years of watching your team suck as they're quote unquote rebuilding toward what? Who the fuck knows? It's like a building that may never get a roof. You're never gonna know if this team's gonna win again. You know for sure, I know my team's gonna win every year. You know why? Because I just pick whatever team's
That's a
gonna
smart
win.
man. You always know you're
there was
gonna
an
win.
I was a
article-
huge Yankees fan back in the day.
Yeah.
Done.
No.
Late 90s, early 2000s,
You
love
said-
the Yankees.
You said there was an article? That's
There's a-
amazing.
There was an article recently from The Guardian that says, why is San Francisco covered in human feces with all of our homeless problem? To which I retweeted and I said, look, I don't like Warriors fans either, but this is taking a bit too far. And I got a lot of there was there were some replies that were like, man, fuck it.
That's a good tweet, though.
I know.
That's a real good tweet.
I have no teams though. I practice Schadenfreude. I love it when everybody else is in pain. Like that's where I get.
Oh, you're
the
one of
most-
those guys. So you're
Yes.
like, it's easier to not here's where you're. This is me psychoanalyzing you right now. So you don't want the hurt of having to fall in love with the team. So instead, you just make fun of everyone else for having done that and then having their hopes dashed and crushed.
Yes.
Ah, it's understandable.
Yes,
I like your
absolutely.
style.
Yes, thank you.
I really appreciate when the Spurs lose because Andy hates it. And when the Spurs, wasn't it Spurs Warriors in like the playoffs?
It's been
Yeah.
a couple years now that
Yeah,
the
and they just
Spurs
they
have
been
done
2 years in a row.
They had the ball and they just dropped it.
It was
right?
Zaza Pachulia. I'm coming after you, motherfucker. I'm still coming after you.
He's
dude.
not coming after you. That is a not a threat.
There was
in
a
any way, shape, or
comment in
form.
our chat that said Nick is the Mark Wohlers of Kind of Funny, which is like I haven't heard the name Mark Wohlers in 20 years. What a
Is he-
throwback!
is he-
It's just a throwback,
Is he sexy?
like
Is he
just
sexy?
a no-name fucking pitcher for the Braves. It's just funny to hear that name like in 20 years.
Well, I don't
That's
like
really
that.
funny.
Then. Go fuck yourself. Whatever
Yeah.
that was. Time yourself out. All right, Kevin. Real quick, I know we're getting long on time here. We don't have time for the big topic. Fuck, maybe we'll do it tomorrow. We'll save that for tomorrow. Let's
Jared's
go.
gonna be really upset.
What's that?
Jared's gonna be really
I know,
upset.
but if Jared comes in here, we're gonna talk about Blade for like 15 minutes.
Okay.
Bye, Jared. Bye, Jared.
Wait,
Hey,
who's on
bye,
the show
Jared.
today? You and Tim
Yeah.
No.
on Kind of Funny Games Daily.
Oh,
Today,
Jared.
Kind of
It's you
Funny
and
Games
Whitta.
Daily. Jared Petty, Garry Whitta.
Is Gary here yet?
Gary's here.
Damn it.
Why?
Because
Gary
I want to
can
talk
wait.
about Blade, but I don't want Gary to have to. He's got shit he's got to do.
Gary can wait. Gary's got nothing to do.
I know, but we have a whole like I gotta read. I'll
there's
tell you what.
other stuff we-
Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna do the sponsor segment first, and then we're gonna talk about Blade.
We
Come
have
back and-
ice skating to do uphill, my friend. It's important.
Let me tell
Stephen
you.
Dorff calls you out.
Yes.
All right,
All these
all right.
motherfuckers
Yes.
sign
Yes.
us.
Best line.
I skate up.
All right, save that. Give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna get back to PS I Love This Best Friend XOXO real quick. Before we do that, it is giveaway time. How can you win? Well, there are 4 ways. 1, be in the Twitch chat right now. 2, be a Twitch subscriber. You can give us your hard-earned money, or, and here's your daily reminder, if you have Amazon Prime, you can link that and get 1 free Twitch Prime subscription, which we would like to go to us because we are the ones telling you about it. That is how that goes. If you've done that, we love you very much. You're going to get some private chat time with us after the show ends today. Actually, during the show, at the tail end of the show. Ways 3 and 4, patreon.com/kindafunny or patreon.com/kindafunnygames. If you go there and give us $2, you will also be entered to win. Today's giveaway is brought to you by Slack. Thanks to Slack for supporting the Kinda Funny Morning Show. Slack is a collaboration hub for work. Whatever work you do, with Slack, the right people in your team are kept in the loop and the information they need is always at their fingertips. With mobile apps for iOS and Android that sync seamlessly, you can always pick up where you left off, no matter where you are. Teamwork on Slack happens in channels, letting you organize conversations and information around projects, offices, and teams, and because everything you need to make work is in one place, it's faster and easier to get things done. Slack also connects the tools, services in one step, tools and services in one easy step to use app. One easy to use app, not step. I don't know why I put a step in there. With real-time messaging, video or voice calls, group file sharing, drag and drop file sharing, and searchable archives that work while all apps with all the apps you already use, like Jira, Salesforce, Zendesk, and Google Drive. With Slack, your team is better connected. Slack, where work happens. Learn more at slack.com. That is slack.com. And I can say, we use Slack every day. Kevin's probably slacking right now. Kev, you slacking right now?
I just slacked to something.
He just slacked me something.
Whoa.
We use Slack. It's a great organizational tool. We really, really appreciate it. We actually got it from you guys. I think you guys are all on Slack.
Gmail is an old man's game.
Mail. Where we're going, we don't need mail.
Well,
We're going to slack.com.
The best part
You see what I'm
about
saying?
Slack, though, is like the Giphy.
Oh, yeah.
It's Giphy.
It's all there.
That's
It's
all it
there.
is. It's perfect.
All right, today's winner comes from Kinda Funny Patreon. Congratulations, Stephen Prinzen. You have won Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate on Switch.
Whoa! That's a new one.
All right, we're gonna say, I'm gonna read PS I Love His Best Friend XOXO, and then we're gonna talk about Blade a little bit with the chat. We're gonna talk with the chat about Blade. How does
Talk
that
with the
sound?
chat about
Yeah.
Blade. You
PS
don't need the chat. You've got me.
Oh, I know.
You need
PS I
somebody
Love
to
His
talk
Be-
about Blade. I'm going to interrupt you and talk about Blade over
PS
and
I
over.
Love His Best Friend XOXO is your opportunity to nominate someone in our community who feels doing a great job. Kindafunny.com/bestfriend is where you go. You fill out that form. I Am Zazin is shouting out Abby. He says, hey gang, can you give a shout out to a wonderful animator called Abby who's working away at Sumo Digital on some stuff that I'm sure all the Kinda Funny best friends will love. She always gives everything 100%, 110%, but recently she must be going at 140. If you could say that she is a fucking star, I'll be able to spam her with the clip for the next 100 years. Love everything you do. Love to the champ. Abby, you're a fucking superstar. We love you very much.
Abby,
Thank you for your
keep it
support.
up and don't ever stop. All right?
Never stop stopping, Abby.
Can I say something
Yes,
as well?
please.
Tyler, go for it.
Abby, you're a star, and you're beautiful, and you're sexy, and you should be respected by not only your peers, but a great man or woman. I don't know what your sexual orientation is.
Who
but you're
cares?
beautiful, and
Doesn't
I love
matter.
you.
Let's
This
just
is
let's
the
just
thing.
all
This
go
is the
both
thing about
ways,
the
yeah?
horn. This is the thing about the horny meter.
What's up?
Okay, it doesn't seem. It's just everything's horny.
Right. Yeah.
Everything.
I imagine
See this
it-
cup? That's horny.
I imagine it looking like Predator, how he sees. Yeah, just
Yeah, you can see,
colors, color
but instead of the colors, it's how warm your genitalia is at any
Right,
given
yeah.
second. That's the fun
You
part.
can feel the heat emanating.
2 more tips have come in, and then we'll get to the chat. From Neobites Live says, hey Nick, my 1-month-old daughter Valentina just said her first words, and surprisingly they were, quote, Nick is the true champ.
Fucking.
After you made her that video at RTX, so thanks for that. Andy, get some Sudafed to cure that fucking chicken.
Dude,
Toll Bread
feel so bloated.
has given us our final tip for today and said, great morning show. Just wanted to say, I started a podcast with fellow best friends. We record live on Twitch and are looking for some feedback from the community. Just search Few True Gamers, all one word, and you'll find us. I love you guys. All right. I want to wish a very, very happy anniversary to one of my dear, dear friends. This is a friend I've had for the last 20 years. It is his 20-year anniversary. I would like to shout out the movie trilogy Blade.
Okay, he's your friend?
He's
Who's your friend?
Well, best Blade.
Can we just call that 2 out of 3?
No, the third one is not a bad movie, Jared.
Which one is with Ryan Reynolds?
That third one.
The third one. Okay.
The third one is a bad movie.
Because that man can do no wrong.
Now, Blade 1, you go back and watch it. I remember watching Blade 1, I'm like, this is not a very good movie.
I dear sir.
But it
Dear
withstood
sir.
the test of time. And I went back and watched it about 6 months ago, and I'm like, I still thoroughly enjoyed this movie.
It is the most 1998 movie ever made.
What I love about this is it says this article from Rotten Tomatoes is wishing 20 years happy anniversary or happy birthday to Blade. I love this first paragraph here because it said Blade truly has the longevity of the undead. Released, basically it was up against some stiff competition. Like the only things that had really were going on vampire-wise during that time were Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Interview with a Vampire. So Blade coming out, you have to put that in context. Blade coming out was like a revelation for all of us.
And it is first and foremost a superhero movie masquerading as a vampire movie. I mean, really, this is
It's a superhero.
It's not just the comic book origins though. This is shot and filmed like a superhero movie. It's all about throwing people around and cutting things in half and awesome action sequences. It's not about being like, ooh, sultry and vampire. I mean, there's some of that, but more and more, Blade's solution to most things is to blow something up. This is a movie where you've got like Donald Logue just like, I want to be naughty. I want to be a naughty vampire god.
He's great.
And we're learning about ice skating uphill, and it's just Stephen Dorff just chewing on the scenery in this movie.
Here's what I'd love to do because actually I think who directed the first Blade?
God, that line.
Yeah.
That line is the best
The
line
ice
in movie
skating?
history.
I want to know who
Some
came up with the line.
motherfuckers just want to ice skate up.
Some motherfuckers just want to ice skate uphill though.
No.
Some motherfuckers are always trying to skate uphill.
Some motherfuckers always trying to ice skate uphill. And then Stephen Dorff immediately explodes.
This was really cool. It was a cool death.
It was a great death.
I mean, terrible CGI, but like it was a cool death.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh no!
Oh no! Shock mic in my lap.
Yeah.
Fell down.
So who directed it?
This was directed by Stephen Norrington.
And David S. Goyer was the
David S.
writer.
Goyer wrote it. So David S. Goyer must have done that. David S. Goyer comes back to direct the third one, and they got Guillermo del Toro to direct the second Blade, which I didn't realize at the time, but the second one is my favorite. It's the one with the ninja vampires. It's fucking dope.
It's an amazing movie.
It's an actual in my opinion, I haven't seen it in a while, but I think it's a much better movie than the first one. I think they built, it's just similar to Bad Boys 2, which you were like, Bad Boys 1 has something to it, but Bad Boys 2 is just a better movie.
Two leans into the self-aware camp way more than the first one does. The first one takes itself seriously. The second one doesn't, but it's that Guillermo del Toro style where it's still awesome. The third one tries to go full camp, but forgets that it doesn't have Guillermo del Toro along this time and doesn't work.
We should make that a topic, like sequels that are better than the first.
Yeah,
that's a good one, right?
But I really, of
Major
the
League,
two, I
Godfather
actually
2.
think I prefer the original Blade because it's just so straight. Also, Chris Christopherson at the height of his powers as Abraham Whistler. He is so...
That man is amazing.
He's playing it so straight. He's just so angry and gruff. And he's like, how do you know I want to kill myself? Well, I'm going to stick this gas all over the car and spill it, and then I'm going to light a cigarette. So now you know I don't care if I live or die. Like, that's the kind of vibe you get from that movie.
Chris Christopherson, great.
Hey, Gary.
Hey, Gary.
Hello,
We're
Gary.
talking about Blade, Gary, if you want to talk about
favorite movies.
Oh, hop in, Gary. You write movies. You should be on here.
It's the 20th anniversary of Blade. We're celebrating this week. It was yesterday. And we just wanted to talk about Blade for a little bit and show it some love because, you know, everyone gives, we've talked about this before, but everyone gives credit to the Marvel movies, Iron Man, all those things for being like, oh, we're kicking it into high gear, but they are standing on the shoulder
Of giants.
of Wesley Snipes, basically. Look at his shoulders right here. Kevin,
Sorry about the mic.
bring this up again. Let's
Don't
look at
electrocute yourself, Gary.
let's look at his shoulders right there. Those are some pretty amazing shoulders.
I
So,
unapologetically love Blade. It's such a good movie. It's one of the great superhero movies.
where do you come down on the trilogy? Like,
I don't
how would
like-
you rank them?
It's a pretty deep slide after. I don't know. The second one's okay.
I remember the second one more fondly than the first
The
one.
second one's got a lot of fun stuff. They embrace the fun. You know, Ron Perlman's character is just chewing scenery, and
Yeah.
the third one is what it is. But when I think about Blade, I just think about the first one. The opening 10 minutes, man, just that fight in the vampire nightclub.
In the disco, yeah.
Oh, so good.
That just
And the-
sets the tone.
Chris
for what you're in for.
Christopherson, fantastic.
Do you feel that one of the reasons I love it is because it is such an unapologetic like example of that time period where like the costumes you knew, like I remember watching the movie, I'm like, I'm vibing on this, but I know like next month all this shit's gonna go out.
Did you want to buy a duster
I
after
don't know.
that?
I don't think it's.
No.
Was it
I
that
don't
or
think
The
it's
Matrix
aged
that
that
made
poorly.
that?
Yeah.
What's that?
I don't think it's aged that poorly. I think it still holds up.
It's because of Stephen Dorff, who I love, but he was so iconic in that era of being Stephen Dorff, of like
Right.
the tail end of the grunge era, the beginning of that like that feel. I don't even know what the time period would be called, but that Matrix style feel for all
Yeah.
the costume designs. Sort of like, it's not punk. I don't know what the word like. I don't know what the
Goth,
word-
maybe?
Maybe
But
kind
it
of
has
goth.
so much great stuff in it. Like Udo Kier again is just fantastic in it.
He's
Stephen
great.
Dorff. I mean, people kind of like mock it a little bit now because of the ice getting uphill and all that stuff. But and the CG at the end does not
good.
hold
blood
up
god
brilliantly.
stuff, not good.
But the opening 50, I'll tell you, it's the only time I've ever done it. I saw that when the opening weekend when it came out. So that would have been 20 years ago this weekend.
Yep.
I saw it on the Friday. And I went back and saw it again on the Saturday and again on the Sunday. It's the only movie that I've seen every day of the opening weekend.
Really?
Yeah,
Because I dug it so much.
It?
I watched it. I watched it 4 times in the theater.
Wow, you guys are legit Blade lovers.
I think it's a great movie. I'm not kidding about that. It's very ironic and silly in some ways when you talk about production design, but it's actually just a solid action flick, great superhero movie, and the weird standout lines. I mean, this is a movie where Wesley Snipes, with a straight face, looks somebody in the eye and goes, "It's open season on all suckheads."
Yep.
I mean, the movies like that don't get made anymore. And I think it's a shame.
For a good reason.
When's the last time you watched it?
I think I watched the last 40 minutes of it about 6 months ago.
Okay.
So, and I
would recommend a
Blade.
full rewatch, and I think you'd be surprised how well it holds up.
I'm down for that.
Wesley
I
Snipes
might
is
do
just
that.
perfect in it. Here's the big question for you, because I would love to see Blade in the MCU. Who would you like to see if they would bring Blade back? Who do you think is in the role?
100% Wesley Snipes. You got to bring him
You
back.
would just bring back Wesley?
Hell yeah,
back Wesley Snipes.
He's beautiful. I don't know. I think it'd be fun. I don't know if that fits.
John Boyega.
John Boyega would be
Boyega
good.
would be
I think
good.
Michael Jordan would be great if
Yeah, but he's
if
already
his spot in the
been-
MCU wasn't already taken.
Yeah, I was gonna say he would have been amazing as Blade, but
Yeah.
he's already been killed.
Whatnots, and I forgot who. Wasted Bandwidth said Cybergoth, which is like the exact.
That's what it is. Cybergoth.
Yeah, Cybergoth
Oh
is
my
that
God.
sort of vibe.
Chat, let us know
I
who
would
you think
give
would be
give
awesome.
Wesley another crack in it, and then reverse engineer the original Blade into the MCU. Just say, yeah, that was the MCU, because there's nothing in there that would
There's nothing that would really
say no, it's
oppose
not.
it.
I just
The
picture
fact that
Blade
vampires are real.
talking to like his tax people and trying to figure out his whole financial situation.
That's good.
That'd be the best.
Because
part.
you know he'd do it.
I got that. Joke.
Wesley Snipes?
Yeah.
Oh, in a heartbeat.
Thank you.
He might be a little old for the
I'm
role.
fine. So just as on an unrelated note, I'm finally catching up on my Marvel movies because I'm way behind.
I did not know
Finally
that.
caught Thor Ragnarok.
What'd you think?
Loved it.
Is it not your favorite movie now?
I love how much fun they had with it. When
fantastic.
Matt Damon showed up, I almost lost it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, they're really doing this.
I didn't realize apparently he cameoed in Deadpool too.
I saw that yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
really?
didn't realize that. Yeah.
What was
he
his cameo?
He's the hillbilly guy who's getting drunk when Josh Brolin kind of crashes into their.
When they had the Terminator
Oh,
scene where he's
shit.
like, "What year is it?
Yeah.
Give me your clothes."
If I had Matt Damon's career, that's what I would do at this point. I would
too.
just spend the rest of my career just showing up in other people's movies and
too.
having a good
I
time.
feel like him and Paul Rudd kind of had that same vibe where they could just like pop up wherever, like, hey, my buddy's doing it. Like, of course I'll pop. Yeah,
when
sure.
you first saw Matt Damon in Thor, did you immediately recognize him, or were you like, wait, is that
Yes.
who I fucking think it is?
I was like,
Yeah.
it took
I
me a
saw
minute.
it and I was like, they fucking got Matt Damon to cameo in this, and not only that, but they got Sam Neill and they got the other
And
Hemsworth
Liam
brother.
Hemsworth, yeah, that's right.
Which I'm just like, at that point that someone was like, people were sitting around a table having a great time brainstorming.
But-
Is the greatest Matt Damon cameo of all time Good Will Hunting 2 Hunting Season?
From Jay and Silent Bob Strike
Yeah.
Back.
Certainly the greatest Ben Affleck
it's
cameo.
Up there. It's up there. But I would say the best cameo of all time was in Thor Ragnarok, where he just popped in. There's no real.
It just happens.
It just happens, and it happens just like that, and then it's gone. It comes and
I
goes.
think his best cameo though was Team America.
Was he in
Oh,
that?
that's right.
Yeah, he was.
Well, he's not. His persona
No,
is in
but
it.
his blessing was given.
Oh,
because
was it?
They tried,
Matt Damon.
They
That's
tried
right.
to do his voice, and that's what they came up with. And Matt Damon said, "That's so funny. I want you to actually use that." So technically, that's a Matt Damon cameo.
that actually has
in
his
the movie.
blessing.
It
Okay, I
had
did
its
not know
blessing
that.
to do that.
N Kunst in the chat says Euro
Wait,
Trip.
what?
I don't know. That's
Oh, Euro
Kunst.
Trip.
Euro
Scotty
Trip.
doesn't know.
Scotty doesn't know.
That's right.
This guy is so fucking good.
What about the last half hour of Interstellar, which was a weird
That was
unannounced Matt Damon's
crazy.
cameo?
Not so much a cameo though. He played a pivotal role in the third act of that film.
We didn't know he was in that movie.
And the second
That's
half.
what I would definitely, if I had Matt Damon's career, I would just play movie whack-a-mole for the rest of my life. Oh
Why
shit,
not?
he's in this one
Yeah.
again. Here he is.
Why not?
Just
And
have
everybody
fun
was
with it.
comfortable with it already. They almost expect it if like it would to.
Yeah,
if it
now
were
it's
to
weird
happen,
if
it
you go to
wouldn't
see a
matter.
movie and Matt Damon doesn't show up.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like it's his thing now, right?
Well,
I'm just trying to
Gary,
be in everything.
Gary, now that you're getting caught up on the MCU, we
Yeah,
have
I'm
a show
still-
called
I think
MCU in Review.
Yeah, I'd love to
And,
join you on that. I'm still behind,
yeah.
so I'm trying to watch them in the order they came out. So the next one for me would be Spider-Man, I guess.
So,
And then
I don't know.
Black
I don't know
Panther?
where
Or is it
you're at.
Guardians
Oh yeah,
2?
yeah.
No, Spider-Man.
You have to go look.
Ragnarok was the last one I saw.
Yeah. So you're pretty caught up. You're almost caught up.
No. I mean, I've got 4. So I still have to watch Spider-Man.
You gotta watch Spider-Man. You gotta watch
Black Panther,
Yeah.
Infinity War, and Ant-Man 2. So I'm still a
That's
few
a
back.
great list right there.
I know. I'm
envy
looking forward
you.
to it. I must say, I just really enjoyed the new Thor. It was just so much fun.
I was on a plane ride. We were going to Austin, and I watched. I love watching movies on planes, but I watched the movie. I finished it. I had like 30 minutes left, and I'm like, I don't want to start a movie. What if I just fast forwarded to that scene in Thor Ragnarok where she's got him on the fucking like landing, and she's like, "What are you the god of again?" And he goes all the whole thing, and then
oh my god!
I watched it. I rewound it 3 times and watched it.
It's the best scene in
People
cinematic
next to me were like,
history.
"What the fuck are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm
I
just
don't
living,
usually
man."
buy movies anymore, but I could see myself going and get the 4K disc because I think it's very, very rewatchable.
Oh, it's very colorful also, and
So
like for
colorful.
HDR is going to be phenomenal.
And the amazing thing that they do with the, we all talk about what a great achievement the MCU is in terms of the tonal palette of those movies. Just think about it for a moment. Captain America: Winter Soldier and Thor Ragnarok exist in the same universe, but
Yep.
they're tonally opposite ends
Totally
of the
different.
spectrum.
Well,
Isn't
not only that,
amazing?
but the 3 Thor movies. You have
Yeah.
Thor, which is kind of fun. It was Kenneth Branagh, like kind of whimsical. Then you have the second one where they're trying to make a real kind of like comic book movie. It kind
Right.
of falls flat. And then you get Taika Waititi in there, and he just makes a comedy.
I just love
And
the
it's
fact
so
that they
good.
gave him the latitude to just go all out.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
this is going to be a comedy, and just
Well,
let that happen.
It was very scary, Gary, because when we were leading up to the movie, we heard a lot of reports that like, a lot of the scenes are just improv.
Right.
And we were like, oh, that's probably not going to be very good. And it was, it's my favorite movie in the
And you appreciate that they're actually like, you don't think of Chris Hemsworth as a great comic actor, but he's really funny. And I tell you why, because the other reason why I love it is my favorite character in the MCU is Banner. And I love that there's it takes a while for him to show up, but Banner is great. Ruffalo is just, again, a great,
good
just a great comic actor. When they dress him up like Tony Stark, it's hilarious.
He's like, "Suns go down, suns go down." He's like, "Stop saying that." My favorite line in the movie, we can't talk about Thor Ragnarok without giving him a shout out, is Jeff Goldblum, where he's like, "Time works differently here. On other planets, I'd be 1,000,000 years old, but here."
And it just lets it.
And then he just lets it sit, and then moves on. And you know there was something after that line. You know there was more. He just forgot it. And
I
said,
like
"Fuck it,
it
I'm
when he
just
said
gonna roll with
like
it."
when I can't remember the exact line. But he's like, all he did was question me, like, why are you handing me the melty stick? Like, I don't know.
yeah.
Do you think with Goldblum they just say like just do what you
whatever
do.
you want.
Just do your thing.
I think if you bring in Goldblum, you just let him go.
Because it felt a lot. That was the only thing about it that I loved his performance in it. And the final credit sequence, it's a tie.
It's a tie.
It's just great.
so good.
It's just
the part where he just walks over to the DJ table and just puts the thing and starts DJing. You're like,
Yeah.
this is fucking perfect. This is so perfect.
I just bought Infinity War on 4K Blu-ray. It looks incredible, obviously, but that movie is just such a feat to have all these moving parts and to have it work and make sense. It just seems like the most impossible thing to make, and I think the Russo brothers could run the country. I really do.
Wait, which movie?
The Infinity War.
Oh, okay.
Like to have all these moving parts and to make it work, I think is like the most impossible thing, and they did it. And I really think that they could run.
You
the
haven't seen that
government.
yet.
I won't spoil
spoilers,
anything.
please.
Yeah, no spoilers,
spoilers.
but I was convinced it was going to suck because of that very
yeah,
fact.
it's hard.
I
Yeah,
thought it
there's
was
so much to put
impossible.
together, yeah.
I
No,
thought it
they
was
did a great
impossible.
job with it.
And they did a really good job with it. It's a very, very good movie.
Not
How
only
do
did
you
it-
have them in your MCU in review? How do you have them ranked currently, like the top?
I
What do you
believe
consider to be
Infinity
the
War
top
is ranked
ones?
number
Infinity
one.
War is number one.
Number one,
Yeah,
and
I
then
think
what's your
Thor,
two
I think
and three?
Ragnarok's in the top 5, I want to say.
Ragnarok's in the top 5. Number
Homecoming might
2
be
is
too.
Homecoming.
Yeah, if you haven't seen Homecoming yet, I think
Oh,
you're
is it really
gonna
that
like
good?
It's really good.
I
It's really
think
good because it's a really good standalone.
I had Ragnarok at the first.
And it's not an origin story. It's a good standalone
Right.
Spider-Man movie.
Right.
It's the best Spider-Man
We've
movie
run
ever
long.
made.
Jesus Christ, it's 12.
We have,
15.
but the two people that
Yeah,
are
I'm
hosting the
holding
next
up
show
my
are
own
here,
show
so it doesn't
here.
matter.
Yeah.
What's that?
I said we're all holding up our own show here.
That's up to you guys. I'll talk about Infinity War all day long.
I just like that there's two of us on one shock mic. We've kind of turned into the old men from the Muppet Show at this
Oh
point.
yeah.
Well done, Tyler. Those are my two
You want
favorite.
to try the laugh?
It's really good. Really
Ladies and
good.
gentlemen, there it is right there.
What a way to end it.
We're gonna go. We're
that's
gonna go into
good.
sub-mulling mode right now and take a couple questions from people, comments and concerns, and then we're gonna round this out in the next minute because we got stuff we got to do today. Thank you to Gary and Jared for joining the show. Tyler, thank you for joining.
thanks for having me.
If
This
you guys
is
want to ask
awesome.
Tyler some questions about sports, don't. But you can ask some questions about anything else, including what it's like to work with me or Mia Khalifa, or what it's like having known Andy for at least 6 months.
For a while. It's been
Rave
about a
Lord
year now.
Naito says, "Who's better in bed, Johnny Ace, Tyler Coe, or Roger Moore?" Tyler Coe for sure.
Oh, thank you.
Nick, the weird thing about Daniel Craig is that he played both the rookie agent, Casino Royale, and the decommissioned veteran in Skyfall. That's very true. It's weird,
Very
but
true.
there was a lot of time that was supposed to pass.
I want to challenge all the viewers to recognize every time that I had a very painful burp because of the pizza I ate last night. There was several of them throughout the show, and I tried to hide them as well as possible, but there was a lot of moments where I'm just like, just in pain, absolute pain.
I don't even.
Yeah.
You
didn't notice anything?
Handled it with grace.
I breathed it out of the side of my mouth. Jesus.
Wolf Small says, did you guys catch the American Vandal Season 2 trailer yesterday? That's not a good look for you, my friend. We watched that on the show yesterday. So clearly someone wasn't joining class, if you know what I mean.
Damn.
It's like a perfect example is we had a comic the other night. We do this thing called Joke Parade when we go to Punchline, and you have to bring like your best street joke in. And a comic came in late and got up and started a joke, and everyone's like, "Oh no," because a comic 10 before her had said that joke, and she didn't know, and it was supposed to be all ethnic stuff. And here's the joke that I said: "What's the roughest part of Italy called?" The spaghetto. And no one laughed at that. Now they didn't laugh at it then.
I think it's really good.
But it's
I
a
like
great
it.
fucking
It's
joke.
a good joke.
It's a great joke.
Andy and Lexi Gunnar ask, Andy and Tyler, are you playing fantasy football this year?
Yes.
I am not. I haven't. I mean, I am. I'm still in the league, but I have not cared about this league in like 5 years. Ever since
Did you ever win?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
The last good year that Peyton Manning was really good, he broke my heart, and he threw 4 picks in his final game of the regular
It's
season.
got to go on the handle.
ago.
You got to like sandwich the handle into it.
Yeah, exactly. But
Just let it drop. It's fine. Yeah, that part.
I was watching Battle of the Five
still doesn't-
Armies,
it's
The Hobbit,
terrible.
when he fucked up that game, and it was like the worst day ever because that movie sucked and he sucked.
Panzer G2 says, Andy, when you go to Funhouse, will you bring all sorts of sports with you?
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, when he goes,
How was it
you
being
have
at
a-
Funhouse yesterday?
It was good. I mean, it wasn't
right?
as great as being here, but it was good. It was okay.
See, I feel the opposite. I just
You
want
guys
them-
have windows
just
here.
want them to hire
I
me
love
so
that. It's
We
such a
do.
beautiful
It's
city.
nice.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is 12:17. We got another show to do after this, and people are probably tuning in already going, what the hell is this show? Where is my Kind of Funny Games Daily with Garry and Jared? Well, guess what? That's coming up right now. Tyler, thank you so much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thanks, Tyler.
I'm going to do this to you.
Appreciate it.
Gary, we'll see you in a second. Everyone out there, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you keep the conversation going in the comments below. Let us know what you think of Blade. Let us know what your favorite MCU movie is. Let us know if I look like the older version of him or the younger brother that got all of the bad genes. Let me know that in the comments below. Please feel free to berate me. I love it. I will jump in those comments after the show and read them too. I love you very much. I'll be back tomorrow, 11 a.m. PT. Until then, have a wonderful day. Kevin, please cut the feed.